Listen, you're watching this because you like sneakers. On Thursday of this week, I'm going to drop a video from Shoe Butter that shows his entire collection. It's one of the rarest sneaker collections in the world. Hundreds, if not thousands of sneakers, samples, prototypes, rare sneakers, one of ones. It's an incredible sneaker collection. You like sneakers. Thursday this week, one of the greatest collections in the world is going up on YouTube. Definitely make sure you watch that on my channel. But that's not what you're here to do today. Today what you're here to do is check out the sneaker review, and as I do say, all this butter movement stuff that I've been talking about I keep to the end of the video. So let's keep those sneakers front and center. It's all about the sneakers, and today what we're looking at is the Nike Lebron 17 LAKERS. This is the Tokyo Butter 23 Sneaker Channel. Tokyo Butter 23 Sneaker Channel des. 毎日アップするので毎日見てください. Every single day I bring you content from Tokyo, Japan about upcoming sneaker releases, sneaker reviews, and sneaker news. And today, like I said, what we're looking at is the Nike Lebron 17 LAKERS, which is dropping on October the 10th, coming out real soon. And I reviewed the 17s last week, I think it was, or the week before, especially that future drop that they had. And there were some things I liked and some things I didn't like about that particular sneaker, and a few of those have carried forward into this one. It'll be interesting for you to compare my notes and see if you agree with me about what I think are pluses and minuses about this particular sneaker. And also, like I said earlier in the video, the butter movement stuff is really starting to kick off. The first video from the shoe apartment for it's been more than 2 years is coming on Thursday. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, more details at the end of this video, and check in on Thursday to see that particular video. And of course, this is a YouTube channel. YouTube channels need subscribers and likes and comments and all that kind of stuff. So if you could do me that massive favor and click that subscribe button down below, I'd truly appreciate it. And as I am here in Tokyo, Japan, I do say at the start of every single one of my videos, 登録よろしくお願いします。いいねをクリックするとか、コメント書くとか、登録をクリックすると助かるので、ぜひ登録をよろしくお願いします。Okay, now let's have a look at these guys. These Nike Zoom, I suppose, Jordan, these Nike Zoom LeBron 17 LAKERS. LAKERS, do you think straight off the bat purple and gold, so we'll be keeping an eye out for those purple and gold hits in this particular sneaker. But there's a few things about the construction of the sneaker that I'm interested in. Like I said, I reviewed last week or the week before when the first drop of the 17s came around, and I was kind of like, on some things, but yay on other things. Most of the yay stuff I think they've brought through into this particular colorway, and most of the stuff I think they've got rid of. That means if I've got rid of all the stuff and we've got tons of the yay stuff, that I think these guys are fire, and that is exactly what I think about them. I think it's an absolutely stunning shoe. I really like it. I don't know about performance, I don't know about basketball, I don't know if it's going to stand up on the court, but just to look at these things, I think they're a stunning sneaker. And there's actually stuff on there that I think is innovative and takes sneakers in general forward, which is rare for the LeBron line, if you ask me. A lot of what I've talked about in previous LeBron videos is that I see echoes of previous lines, of previous like Jordans and previous other sneakers coming through into the LeBron line. Case in point, the Jumpman logo on Jordans, and then the Dunkman logo on LeBron 16s. Dunkman and Jumpman, a little bit too close for my liking. In this particular colorway in these 17s, there's stuff there that I've never seen before in a sneaker, and that's what LeBron needs to do with his Nike line, is have it being innovative and creative rather than echoing other sneakers of the past. So, without further ado, let's have a look at why I think this is an absolutely stellar looking sneaker and why I like it very, very much. And we're going to start with the main point on it for me, which is the upper knit material. And it's got you know, the main feature on it, and I'll put something back here for you to have a look at it. The main feature on it is the swirls and the knit. And what that does is it draws your eyes towards the heel and the ankle of the sneaker. But I'm going to draw your eyes towards the toe box of the sneaker, because the toe box is actually more a uniform black color. And it's the fade from that black towards the back of the sneaker where you've got much more detail and coloring. And I said at the top of this video about the LAKERS colorways and about the popping purple and gold gold. And it's that purple and gold, I suppose those purple and gold accents around about the ankle and the heel. Let's zoom in on that again behind me here, hopefully zooming in. And when I researched this sneaker, I had a look at it, what it made me think of, and I don't know if I can get a video, I would get a video. Maybe I can get a picture of this behind me, but it reminded me of the storms of Jupiter and the swirls and all that kind of stuff. If you've seen a picture of Jupiter, the planet Jupiter, the swirls and the way the colors kind of fade into one another, that's what this reminded me of, and that to me is extremely innovative. I've seen, of course, we've all seen a bunch of sort of knit uppers starting out with the prime knit and then of course fly knit and things like that, and gradually over time those knit uppers have kind of developed so that they have more colors in them. If you think about the upcoming Yeezy 350s, they've got like really crazy coloring going on there, and it started with the Yeezy Static, the 350s back in December 2018, where they started to work with a bit more colouring in the knit and multiple colours going on in there. And this upper here for the LeBron 17 Lakers, it takes that to the next stage. It really is a sort of progression and innovation in uppers with that swirl and that colour design in there in Lakers gold and purple. So I'm a big fan of the upper of these guys, big fan of that material, the knit material, and a big fan of the way they're using it to blend colours instead of having like blocks of colours. So I think that's pretty cool. Now, really close by to the upper, I've got to choose which way I'm going to go. I'm a man, you know, two roads diverged in a yellow wood. And sorry, I could not travel both. Which one of these will I go? But I can travel both, but I'll travel to the lacing system first, because the lacing system on these guys is one of my favorite features of this particular colorway. I did give a sort of to the lacing system on the future LeBron 17s because it sort of reminded me of Jordan, sort of 16, 17, 18s with that cover that covered the lacing system. But looking at this lacing system, the eye stays, the laces, the tongues, the whole thing is really, I searched hard for the right word for this, but it's sleek. It's really, really sleek and a really nice kind of blend from the upper into the lacing system. And it's almost like they're one unit instead of being like the upper and then a separate unit for the lacing system. I'm thinking right now of foam posits, the lacing system tends to be sort of planted on top of the upper or separate from the upper. But in the case of these guys, that upper and that tongue unit and lacing system sort of all blends into one. Sleek is the word I came up with. And staying on the tongue there, the tongue is all black, which goes with the black laces and the black parts of the upper knit. But what they also have in there is a couple of hits of purple and gold. I think the purple is the LeBron James logo down at the low part of the tongue, and then in the higher part of the tongue you've got some hits of the gold in there. So I went one way, I went from the upper knit into the lacing system, but the other way that I wanted to go was down a little bit to the heel counter. At first look, it just looks like a regular heel counter, but there's a couple of features on there. One is it's semi-translucent, and hopefully the picture behind me here is giving you a good look at that and giving you a good view of how you can see through it a little bit and into the upper below there. And the other is the grey swoosh on, in particular this one here I think is the lateral side, so it looks like a backward swoosh, but that only looks like that because then on the medial side I think it is, or the right foot, it looks a little bit different. But yeah, that grey swoosh on there is small. I like the size of it. It's not too sort of overwhelming on the sneaker, and it's not too discreet. It's a good sized swoosh on top of that semi-translucent heel counter. And then going down again, one of the yays that I liked very much from the futures I did last week was that outsole, and I wrote or read or said or researched in that video last week that it's a kind of skin outsole with these sort of futuristic kind of fiber effects going on in there, and I really like the outsole sitting below that Zoom Air unit on the midsole there. So for me it's a really cool looking sneaker in total. I think I'm right in saying that that's LeBron James's signature in the middle there. Please correct me in the comments down below if I'm wrong. I do like to use my channel as a place to learn, so if you want to teach me something I don't know, please do so. But I think that's LeBron James's signature in the middle of the midsole, on sort of the outsole, midsole, I don't know which, because it kind of goes through the both. There on the bottom of the sneaker, and I'm happy to see that replacing the Dunk Man that came earlier in the 16s as well, because like I say, the Dunk Man's a bit too close to the Jump Man for my liking. And that's about it, I think, for this sneaker. All in all, like I said, I think the word sleek is the right word to describe it. And that kind of step forward in the knit upper there, I'm happy to see the LeBron line kind of taking risks and innovative steps rather than sort of echoing the past and taking the safe route, shall we say. Okay, like I said at the top of this video, and actually every video at the moment, I'll be keeping butter movement stuff till the end of the video so that sneakers front and center, and then the butter movement stuff comes later. 2 weeks ago, Shoe Butter came back into our life and did a question and answer session right here with me in Tokyo, Japan. Then last week, I dropped a video explaining what I think is going to happen with my channel and the Shoe Butter movement and the butter movement in general. And then this week, today it's Monday, so it's 3 days away. On Thursday, the very first video from the shoe department for at least 2 years, I think at least 2 years since Shoe Butter dropped content from his shoe department, and he's basically had his shoe collection in storage for 2 years, and the video on Thursday is him walking through the door to the shoe department for the first time in ages, and just shooting it raw, and it's a great video. So if you have the chance to check that out and have a look at Shoe Butter and Mark heading back into the shoe department to one of the greatest sneaker collections in the world, one of the rarest, one of the biggest, one of the most expensive. I mean, any superlative you think you could add onto that. It's a great video. It's a great shoe collection to see, so definitely check that out. Okay, it's time for me to sign off. Thank you guys for checking out my content. I appreciate it very, very much. Trying to boost the watch time a little bit right now because my subs versus watch time's dragging a little bit. So anybody who's watched through to the end of the video, I truly appreciate it. It helps me to get that watch time up there as I continue to grow this channel. So thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching all the content. And as I do this every single day, I get to say at the end of these videos, after having brought you a sneaker, and today it was that LeBron 17 Lakers, I confidently get to tell you that because I do this every single day, that you will see me tomorrow.